Hello YouTube reseller, Mom here. Welcome to today's video. Today is Saturday the 12th of September and I'm going to take you shopping for candy with me. So today's video, the sole goal is to find a merchant fulfilled candy item mainly for Halloween that we will scan together and find at least one good one to sell. Then I'm going to stop the cameras and continue searching for myself because my business goal is to come home with many, many bags of candy to merchant fulfill over the next at least 6 weeks. The first thing that I want to talk about is categories. Most of the time, candy will be under the grocery category. That's pretty much where it belongs, right? But you will see, let's see here, sometimes it will say Prime Pantry. That's Amazon's Prime Pantry. You're not going to get ungated for that. It will be restricted. That's Amazon's, like, buy a box of pantry items and they have a deal for you. The other times, let's see here, sometimes I've seen it under toys, I've seen it under health, and I've seen it under beauty. Sometimes it kind of makes sense to be under those categories, but for the most part, it should be under grocery. If you are gated in grocery, but you can sell toys and you see candy and toys, you can jump on that listing, but with your own risk. Sometimes Amazon will go through and clean up category mistakes and recategorize things. And if you are gated in grocery and it was in toys and now it's in grocery, guess what? You've got stranded inventory you can't sell. Now, most accounts with time and maturity will get ungated for things. You need to keep applying for that. You can also look for companies and get invoices, buy 10 of a product and get an invoice from an authorized distributor company. And that would be kind of the next best way to get ungated for grocery. Now, I'm trying to remember, I know a couple of websites off the top of my head. I will try and put them down in the description below if you want to go the invoice route. The next kind of way to get ungated for things would be to pay for a service. And I have heard so many horror stories about paying for services. I really don't recommend them unless if it's extremely vetted and you've done a lot of homework with them and you have a legit reason for wanting to get into that category without investing the time and, having the account maturity there. So with that being said, the next thing we need to talk about is the candy and meltables. Amazon has the summer months pegged as meltable seasons. You will get an email that says meltables are usually, I think it's around May 1st, and then you can start sending in meltables again on October 15th this year. So Halloween's on the 31st. If you want to send in chocolate, for instance, chocolate is a guaranteed meltable pegged item. You could not send that in until after October 15th. Now, you can have it hit the warehouse on October 15th or October 15th, I think at midnight. Maybe it goes in on the 16th. I can't remember the exact minute it would become available. But really, pegging that 2 weeks time is not that great this year for selling Halloween candy. I really think that merchant fulfilling this year is going to be the way to go. Now, there's a lot of things that are considered meltable. Sometimes they are pegged in the Amazon system. Sometimes you just got to use your common sense. This includes, let's see here, like Easter Peeps, and they do Peeps for all the seasons now. Peeps, marshmallowy, anything. Sometimes jelly beans, gummies, anything that's gummy is going to melt together. So what will happen is if you send in gummies during these meltable seasons, it's going to melt together into one big blob, and then your customer is going to complain about it, and you're going to be out that item and that profit. So just don't do it. Anything that you think would melt in your car on a warm day, merchant fulfill it and take care of it that way. Now, I have an Amazon Associates store to link the products that I normally use, and I have a thermal bag down there and the ice packs that I use. So if I send out chocolates right now, I'm going to send them with some ice packs, and I put my ice packs in a bag, and then I put a piece of tissue paper to help with the condensation around the outside, and I put my chocolates and that ice pack into a thermal mailer, and then I also ship with the quickest shipping that I can do, which is usually priority It used to be called 2-day priority, but now with 2020, nothing's really 2-day. It's more like 4 or 5 days-ish. And I haven't had any problems. I've been sending chocolates out all month of August without any issues. But my point is that you're not going to send them into FBA. When you are scanning, you want to keep this kind of in the back of your head. If it's a meltable item, you need to add a little bit more into your cost of goods for those extra materials to ship it out when it's hot, or wait until it's a cooler time period to ship out and list those items where you're not going to have to invest that excess of packing materials. The last thing I want to talk about is the different ways you're going to see me scanning. There's kind of 3 ways you can scan. You can scan the barcode, the image, or a keyword search, and each of those has its place. If you are scanning barcodes and just kind of not getting anywhere, maybe switch to image. And if you see a product, for me, that I really think it should be or is in the Amazon catalog, then I will do a keyword search and see if it will pop up like that. With grocery items in general, I tend to find that multi-packs are better to get in on than singles. The margins are usually better, so I'll be looking for that. I am going in blind today. I have my stores lined up. I'm going to Rite Aid first, then Walgreens, then Safeway, and then I have other stores past that if I blow through those 3 stores. I only have a couple hours to come out today. Typically, you would want to maybe look at the ads in the paper or their website to see what's on sale and what kind of sales they're running today, but I did not. And then let's see, there's other programs like BrickSeek or Arbitrage type Facebook groups that maybe will tell you about a deal going on there too. So there's lots of ways to figure out what's going on. And then the good part about this is if I find something great at Rite Aid and I know the price and the margins and everything, I can go to all my Rite Aids in the area and just go in, get the items, come out. And that's what I did with Easter. I found a bunch of really good selling items. I'd go in, clear the shelves, come out. But once you do that groundwork, it makes it easier going forward, just to go to the other Rite Aids and Walgreens or whatever store you're shopping at and swoop in and get the same items. So, like I said, we're going to go in, we're going to scan until I find one with you guys that I would normally buy, and then I'm not going to buy that one because once you guys see this, I'm pretty sure it will be toast. It will candy and grocery in general. Once there's like a good deal out there and people see it, you'll notice a ton of people jump onto that listing, and then there's a lot of competition. But the idea today is to find some stuff for my business that I can sell over the next 6 weeks for basically Halloween and make some money off of it. All right, let's get scanning. Oh, the other thing, last thing. I normally scan with Scoutify too. That's what you normally see me scan with the blue background and stuff. But today we're just going to scan with the Amazon Seller app and see what we can find. Then I'll go home and I'm going to put it in the Inventory Lab. Has a new merchant fulfilled type area where it's not in the FBA thing. Anyhow, if you're familiar with the Inventory Lab, you know what I'm talking about. But you don't have to. We can just list. You know what? We can list with you guys. I'll show you how to list it on your Amazon account too. We are in Rite Aid in the Halloween aisle, and this is mostly the candy section over here. Over here we've got lights and costumes and skeletons and stuff. So good times. I've got my purse. I sprayed everything down with alcohol. I've got my mask on. We are ready to scan. So I am going to hone in on large bags of candy that is on sale. You can see here that if you have your wellness card, you can get bonuses. You always want to capitalize on any sort of program the stores have. So see this one that was $22.99 down to $15? That's the ones we're going to be scanning. If they're not on sale, I do not want to scan them. $4 here. It's full price. If you had some coupons though, if you were a couponer, maybe you'd want to see if you could capitalize on coupons with that. But going to scan the ones on sale first. If I make it through all of that and I see something that catches my eye that's full priced, it's not bad to scan it, but you have more of a chance when things are on sale to find a winner. All right, so here we are with the Amazon Seller app. I don't mind you guys seeing my numbers. I don't post them very often because they're very personal and there's a lot of things going on behind my numbers. I do like that I'm up 42% from last year, and I've incorporated 2 helpers to help me package. So I am trying to grow and do better, but I digress. If you are new with the Amazon Seller app, the upper right-hand corner is a camera. You can also click Add a Product, and there's the camera. You can look at your history, your favorite, recommended. Every once in a while, I'll go into the history part. But for right now, we're going to click the little camera button. And up here, we've got a Minis party size at $9.99. We're going to just start off with barcodes. And of course, my eyeballs are... I'm having mask problems. Okay, see the Prime Pantry is the second one down. Okay, hold on. I gotta fix my face up here. We've got a 2-pack right there going for $19.99. That's kind of a lot. We've got, yeah, because it's $10, $9.99, $10. We'd be losing money on that. We've got some people doing merchant fulfilled. But I bet you they are doing merchant fulfilled, and then the price for shipping is not involved there. Why can't I sell it? Yeah, you can't sell this one. That's what the meltable flag is going to look like. So, not eligible for FBA. If we click down that, let's see here, not... Seriously, I should have brought my other eyeglasses. I'm having trouble reading the screen. But you guys are going to have to work with me. Next item up, let's see here. If you read down here, this one says Hershey Kisses, this one says Reese's Pieces, which is this one back here. So always make sure you're grabbing the right one. That should be pretty obvious, right? What do we got? That one's Kit Kats and Reese's Pieces together. That looks pretty good. Let's see here, $21 and it's $9. That could be profitable, but there's no rank. So while that does sound good, we're gonna pass on that. Oh, these are the full-size bars. We want to do something special for our community with Halloween. We love Halloween. Ooh, hold on. There's two things. So we've got a pack of 3 with terrible rank. 451,000 in rank, or we've got 132,000 in rank. So let's look at that one really quick. This one's $14.99. So we can look at the margins on this one, and then I'll get back to my story about my community. We want to go over to Seller Fulfilled, and we could type in cost of purchase, $14.99, and then shipping to the customer. So this is where you kind of need to know roughly how much it's going to cost to ship. We're at right now, without shipping, $5.35. And I can tell you right now, this is probably going to be more than $5.35. So this is a no-go. I've shipped a lot of things out. Yeah, it's just, you got to get a feel for it. Most of these candy packs run me between $4.50 to $5.80, and then like if this was chocolates, I would need to put in a little bit more for the thermal mailer and ice packs. So let's see here. This one is 10.5 ounces. We've got 2 pounds down there. So 2 pounds is not going to cut it. We don't want to get on that listing because it's not the right poundage. We've got a single. We'll click on that one, which was the single one. It was the second one down. And the proceeds are $3.47, and the scanning price is 2 for $6. So let's see if there was a multi-pack that was better. Here we go. We've got a 3-pack for $23, and if they are $3 a piece, that'd be $3, $6, $9. That one would be probably profitable, but the margin is bad. I'm sorry, not the margin, the rank. And then see how it says pack of 3 and then package quantity 4? Yeah, that's confusing. We don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm going to stay away from anything confusing. Okay, so back to my community. We want to do something fun. Socially distanced Halloween candy. We probably only get like 10 trick-or-treaters. That one did not come up. We could go like this now and do image. We gotta try and stand still. And it didn't come up. That's okay. Moving on. Wow, that is really off base. Okay, I don't know why it's coming up like that. This is obviously not retinol. Let's try an image scan. And no, not coming up. Okay, now my knees gotta work. There's gonna be. I was teaching. Oh, okay, got it. I was teaching one of the teenagers working for me about scanning. I have her scanning wholesale sites. Anyhow, as I was explaining, there's going to be 95% no's and maybe 1 to 5% yeses. So this one is $14.99, and we've got $11.61 to play with. This thing is huge. If I could get this into a flat rate mailer would be $8. I don't think I can. And even at that point, I'd only make $3.61. So you could bring a flat rate mailer with you to see if it'd be worth it. There are some other shipping services such as Pirate Ship. I use Sendle that you could try out. And this one with Sendle would be around $7.60. So that's profitable. You could definitely make some money off of this one, about $3 per. Now, the downside is no rank, though. So I really don't like getting things without a rank. We're getting close. We're getting close to a good one. 135 pieces. We also have trouble with these types of things in the house. Ooh, okay, good. 45,000 rank. With grocery, under 50,000 is usually really good. Let's go to the numbers. We got some cookie mix the other day that I was selling. We went ahead and made the cookies to test them out. The kids stole them as I was trying to pack things up and made the cookies, and they were so friggin' delicious. It was unbelievable. I could see why they're a good seller. So it makes me want to stick with name brands. You know, this was name brand cookies. With candy, I like to stick with name brands. I also like to look at any new stuff out on the market, and any flavors that might be discontinued or not available in different areas are good ones to go after too. So this one, profit $7.86. No good. Buy weird things out there, or what I was just talking about, this would flag my interest. We've got some cool cookies and creams Twix. I have not seen that before. I'm not a Twix person though, honestly. I'm a Reese's Pieces person. Sometimes it's good to get candy that you know you're not going to eat. Let's try M&M caramels. Just to show you. Regular price $4.29. Pretty much that's what it's going for. Nothing to be made there. Now I'm trying to remember if I did the $170 miniatures. This one's a beast. This is where those shipping companies come into play. Nothing. some of these bags, they may have updated and done a different image for this year. So maybe it's not showing up there. Oops, what did you just scan? There we go. I'm gonna do this one. Look at this M&M guy. It's like a zombie guy. He's pretty cute. $11. The rank is terrible. Trying to see if there's anything else. There's regular things. You know, like M&M's, fun size. What is this? Kit Kat. Orange colored treats. Does that mean the wrapper's orange or the chocolate's orange? Versus red. Yeah, Kit Kats are normally red. There we go. This one might be good. Make $3. Oops, what was that rank? 48,000. That's good. Gotta double check the pack size. Okay, seller fulfilled. Cost to purchase $3. $5.70 is what a bag of candy like that normally goes for. There we go. We found it. I don't know how long it took me. I'd have to look at the video, but it didn't take that long. This is a winner. Let's double check the pack size. 10.29. I got in trouble with Easter. I had some Easter ones that I was off a little bit. I had bought some, and then I went into another store, and they had like a different size, and it was off by an ounce or something. But still, you don't want to do that. You want to double check. Also, you want to make sure that it's only one. So I go down here to features and details. Sometimes it'll say pack size there. Does not say anything to flag it. It's also got 52 customer things and 4 stars, and it's a good rank. So to list this, you hit the little list button. Product details, you can find the ASIN right there if you're interested. Condition, new, that's the only option. You can't sell used candy there. And then I will ship this item myself. There you go. And then you would hit continue, and it would save it for you. So there we go. It didn't take too long. I'm only like maybe a quarter. Hold on, let me go to the other view. I can't zoom out much more. I'll run into skeletons here. So I still have this whole section to go. We scanned up to about right there. And then I don't really count this area because there wasn't much to really scan. So we scanned, I don't know, a couple. We scanned a couple. Here are those, where are those Kit Kats? Right here. Kit Kat wafers, wafer crisps. They are 2 for $6 right now, and you earn $3 wellness plus bonus cash when you buy $12 of this item. So in this case, it would be worth it to get $12 worth to get the extra money off that you could use. I think you have to use it the next time you're shopping. So there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and fill up, or we'll continue scanning and hopefully fill up my cart. Oh, I'm gonna try these Kit Kats next. Witch's Brew. They are green. So any of those types of weird oddball things, I'm going to go ahead and scan because you cannot find them other than this time of year. So got a cart full of candy, but I'm also gonna go check out any of the clearance stuff. We've got some cute toys and summer stuff, all 90% off. So, you know, this is the time to pick up those goggles and things for the kids to save on for next year. Because instead of, you know, $10, you can pay $1. And that's what I like to do. So I just look around for anything that I can use in gifts. Next year, this year, I did scan some things, but this kid stuff is Rite Aid brand, so it did not come up. I also tried eBay too, because for the price range, it would be good for another platform as well, besides Amazon. I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up very well, but the air quality is still garbage today. If you ask what it is, it's about a 215, 216 on the scale. 300 is hazardous, so kind of feel like wearing my mask inside and outside. I am done in Rite Aid, spent $263. I've got the back all filled up with bags of candy, and I ran into a clearance section, got pens and cough drop sore throat lozenges. I mean, we're going into cold and flu season. We've got COVID. It's the time to stock up on that, and they were all 75% off. Now, when I was checking out, I actually almost broke the system. There was so much stuff. But she was telling me that they clearanced out all the electronics not too long ago, and somebody owns a business and they came in and swooped up everything. So it makes me curious who else is shopping in my area. So $263.47 is what I spent. Tax was $12. 104 items. Bonus cash earned. I earned $6 in bonus cash rewards. So there must have been sometimes there's a limit on how much cash rewards you can get. I earned 251 in wellness points. I don't know what that means, but another pretty long receipt and lots to do. The cough drops that I got, throat lozenges, were pretty good. I bought them for $1. Hold on, I actually could probably find out. $1.12, and I'm gonna make about $2 a piece off of them. And they're a quick turn and burn type of product. There was nothing to remove, no poly bags, nothing like that. The last thing I want to talk to you all about is just shipping in general for merchant fulfilled. It is probably one of the more complex things out there, and you really got to get a feel for how much things are going to cost and then learn some tricks around them. There are a lot of great tips and suggestions on Facebook groups and things like that you can pick up on to make things easier. So my suggestion to you is to go out, try to find some things that you think are going to be profitable. Don't go deep until you figure out the shipping and get a good grasp of it. A lot of it is I've just shipped, after 500 items of merchant fulfilling shipping, you kind of get an idea of how much things are going to cost. What's nice with the Amazon system is once you plug in a particular item and, the dimensions and the weight, it saves it for that. And so the next time you go to ship it, you don't have to plug that in again. So doing multiples for merchant fulfilled is so much easier than doing a whole bunch of different single items. But when I was first starting off, I wanted to grab a handful of different things and then get a grasp of the shipping. There's a lot of shipping tricks out there. I've talked about Sendle. Sendle, I know that if it's a small size bag of candy, that's between 1 pound and up to 5 pounds. If it's small enough, I can use Sendle and it will flat rate ship for $7.64. Flat rate mailers are another one that you can know what exactly it's going to ship for. Anything that's under 16 ounces usually is less than $6 for me. So there's some generalistics that you can know in your head going out there. Other people have suggested taking a scale with you so that you know if it's going to be more than a pound or under a pound and get a better idea of what it is. You can write down, do a few and write down what the weight and dimensions are and how much it is. Now, of course, depending on where it goes, that's going to factor in a little bit, but I ship out of the Seattle area and it's not too much difference between shipping to California versus shipping to Florida if you're in the first class. Now, if you're going to go oversized and do a bunch of big items, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about under 5 pounds shipping around and whatnot. The other thing to know is break down your cost for shipping supplies, because you've got to factor that into the cost too. When I use a box, that's going to be a lot more than a poly bag. And if your margins are only about $3, all of those things that are about 50 cents cost are going to start adding up pretty quick. So you want to buy, I'm trying to buy more of a bigger quantity so I get a better price on a lot of those common shipping supplies. And I now have that's a huge truck. I now have quite a bit of supply of variety of boxes and tissue paper, poly bags, packing paper, flat envelopes, bubble mailers, etc. I was caught in a pickle back in the Easter season where I ran out of boxes, and my boxes typically that size ran me 42 cents, and I had to go to Fred Meyer and buy boxes off the shelf, and it was like $2.50 a box. And I just cringed because I needed like 20 of them. So that was a huge price difference. So you want to be up on your supplies, especially going into Q4, or if you're going to do, Halloween candy like me, you want to have a good chunk of the supplies needed and get them for a good price and, keep up with that. When COVID hit, it was very hard to get supplies. And I have a feeling this Q4, we are going to hit that wall again with some supplies being hard to get. So I'm trying to stock up on all my poly mailers, all my bags, bubble wrap, things like that, so that I don't get caught in that situation again. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I spent $263 here. I'm thinking about going to Walgreens. I'm gonna see what my husband's doing for dinner and see if I need to be home or if I can squeeze in another store. And what's great is, you know, these stores all carry sometimes relatively the same thing. So I can go into that store. I've already scanned a bunch of things. I know what to skip over. I know what to go ahead and get. And then I'm going to go home and get them all listed and up by tonight. So that's the other great thing about Merchant Fulfilled. You can list it literally in the store. And then when I go home, the system is synced up, and I can go tweak the price, double check and make sure that I'm not, you know, pricing too low. I usually will price it high, and then I'll see what the competition is and reset my prices when I'm back home from a shopping trip. And that way I have the receipt in hand. I can double check how I'm going to pack it up so I can make sure my prices are good. All right, guys, take care and have an amazing day. I am back in my garage, and we are going to call this part 2 of the candy video. So I showed you guys how to go out and find candy to sell. Now I want to walk you through some sold candy. I went ahead and I picked up 2 of the orange Kit Kats that we scanned together. They sold on Saturday night, and I'm going to walk you through all of the supplies I use for shipping out chocolate, the cost breakdown of those supplies, and all of the fees, shipping, and etc. Lay it all out for you guys so you guys can see an example in what I'm looking for when I'm shipping out and I'm doing these types of merchant fulfilled grocery items. So it is Monday and we're in the garage. It's terrible lighting and all that good stuff, but that's where I have. Everybody else is in the house, so we're busy. I've had good and bad weekend. I sourced this candy with you guys on Saturday. Went out on Sunday, found some really amazing deals, and then we had a family friend pass away from COVID on Sunday night. She had been on the ventilator for a while, and it's hitting me because it was my dad's partner in the police department, so she was a really awesome lady. But anyhow, I'm trying not to let it get to me. The air quality is still garbage here. Went out this morning, took the kids to the dentist, and just in general, my nose is bothering me. So if you see me sniffling, that's because the air quality in the Seattle area is just junk. So today I wanted to pack up these Kit Kats, ship them out, but also write down everything for you guys and show you exactly how I do it. We'll pack them up together and show you how that works. But first I want to go over, we're going to go over some of the things that I use to pack these up first here. Sinus issues. Okay. Going to go through the shipping supplies here first, and we will zoom in on prices after I show you kind of the general of what I'm shipping with. These are thermal mailers. Just type in thermal mailers, you'll find them. I do have most of this equipment linked down in my Amazon store down below. However, thermal mailers are not, they're out of stock, but you should be able to find some other ones. It does look like a lot of people are sold out right now. I went to go reorder some, and I'm having difficulty finding, just the amount of suppliers seems down. If you're on eBay and like supplies on eBay, I do like the Herb, THEERB, I believe is the store name, is my favorite supplier on eBay. Sometimes they have good stock of supplies for shipping. So this one is a 10 by 12, and this one is a 12 by 15. The 12 by 15 fits larger packs of candy and whatnot. This one's usually good for 1 to maybe 3 packs of candy. Kind of depends on the size and if you can squish or not squish. Next thing I have is just tissue paper. I pack things with white tissue paper. You'll see how I use this in just a moment. Next up is Walmart bread bags. These are amazing. They're like $3.16 for 100, so less than 3 cents a bag. This is what the bag looks like. Please note that these bags are not 1.5 mils thick. Amazon requires your poly bags that you use to ship in FBA stuff to be 1.5 mils or thicker. So you cannot ship your FBA items in. However, these are great for all sorts of things. I use them for a lot of personal reasons. I have a box up in my drawer with like the saran wrap and stuff. But for eBay, they're great to package things in eBay if you want to ship out clothes and not use your more expensive poly bags. My ones that I typically go to run me about 8 to 15 cents a piece. So if I could use these, and these are 3 cents a piece, you're saving some pennies there. If I'm shipping out game pieces, or maybe you want to put together a board game and you want to seal all the little game pieces together, this goes in the impulse sealer great. I mean, you can put all the little game pieces or money or whatever, seal it up, and it looks really, it just adds a little extra, and it keeps it all organized and nice and neat, etc. So these come in handy all the time. But today's case, we are going to put one of these ice packs in them. And again, the ice packs are linked down in my store. You get these packs, let's see here, you get 144 of them in sheets that are 6 by 9, no, 4 by 6. 4 by 6 sheets, and you get like 6 sheets. Anyhow, it equates to 144 of these guys for $16.80. Again, we're going to go through the numbers in just a moment. You pop them into water, they swell up, and then I suggest drying them out a little bit, letting them sit out on the counter for a minute to get the outside. Otherwise, if you freeze them all together, they'll stick together, and then it's a pain in the butt. But these little ice packs, what I do is I stick them into the bag here. Even though they say they're not going to melt and like release water, it still happens. So for this guy, what I do is put them into the little bag, tie it up. People get this, I don't know what they do. They could reuse it if they wanted to. And then I wrap it up in this tissue paper so that if there is any condensation, that it doesn't get over your product. Now, the candy is already wrapped up in a plastic, but there you go. Sometimes I wrap it a little bit nicer than that, but this is quick and dirty. You've now got an ice pack wrapped in plastic and a little bit of tissue that we're going to nestle inside of the Kit Kats. So let's talk numbers for supplies. I'll move the camera around here, and then we'll pack things up, and then I'm going to go plug in the numbers and show you how I do my shipping. And then all of the numbers put together. Yeah, that's how we're gonna roll. So I went into my orders, and I was gonna buy again, but they are out of stock, like I said. But I wanted to show you the prices. So this time I bought a pack of 25 of each. So it cost me $22 and $17.95 for the thermal mailers. I got them from U-Boxes. And if you go and buy a 100 pack, you will save even more money. It seems to be the standard is 5 pack, 10 pack, 25, 50, and 100. So of course, the more you order, the better deals you're going to get. Also, you could check Uline or the Boxery. Sometimes they have better deals as well. This is what it's called: ice pack sheets, leak proof gel blankets, keep food fresh, blah blah blah. $11.90. It looks like when I bought them, my total was $16.80. I don't remember if that included tax or whatnot, but it works out to 12 cents an ice pack. Now, the small thermal mailer is 72 cents, working out the price. All I'm doing is some basic division. And the large thermal works out to 88 cents a pack. So if I use the large thermal and 1 ice pack, it's going to cost me $1. Right now, we're going to use the small ice. I think I'm going to use the small mailer and 1 ice pack. Okay, but you need to know these prices, know your numbers going into this scenario, so that if you're sourcing a whole bunch of chocolates, you don't want to get home and find out that, oh my goodness, you don't have mailers or you don't have the ability to ship them. You don't want your customer to get a whole bunch of melted chocolate, etc. You want people to be happy. All right, now I got to zoom out and get the chocolates lined up to be packed. I have not pre-done this, so I'm hoping my guesstimation works. My idea here is I'm going to take my ice pack, put it between the 2 Kit Kats, and stick them in the thermal mailer and see if it fits. Usually these small ones I can fit 2 to 3 bags of candy. The big ones are when I'm selling lots of things, and that's what happens quite a bit. You sell whatever grocery item, and people are going to buy multiples because they save on shipping and whatnot. So instead of just getting one, anyhow, you need to be ready for that because it's going to affect the price of shipping and your materials involved too. Sometimes in your favor, sometimes not. All right, if you look in there, we've got the 2 packs of candy. The ice pack is in the middle, wrapped up a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and seal this off camera because I'm struggling here trying to look through the lens and everything. But you peel this off, you know, flip it over like any other poly mailer. But this one, the packs that I got, the glue doesn't feel super strong, so I add a piece of packing tape on there as well. Then we're ready to go. We're going to weigh it, measure it, and put those dimensions into Amazon, and then I'll be back showing you how much exactly everything costs to ship. I have got everything packaged up here. I don't know if you can tell, but I put a piece of tape over that. I did also want to note that if you are packing up chocolate that can get squished, probably don't do it the way that I just showed you. You may want to add something to keep it from getting squished. I did have some Easter eggy things that one of them got squished, and I had a similar packaging, and anyhow, after the one got squished, I added some more bubble wrap, and I think most of them I changed to putting them into a box. So anyhow, that's for non-squishable candy that you're more worried about heat and melting from. So let's go through exactly the numbers, because this is probably the hardest part of Amazon Merchant Fulfilled, and it takes a little bit of getting used to and figuring out the shipping and how to save on shipping and packing materials is probably the number one thing that you could work on to really improve your bottom line. Okay, I'm getting things coming across my screen. We also had an interrupted phone call, so it's been a few minutes since the last time I filmed. Okay, so sales proceeds. This is exactly from what Amazon. They bought 2 things of chocolates. The item total was $15.54. Shipping total, and this is with migrated shipping. I don't have any shipping plans other than what the default is. And that's fine. I mean, do what works for you. So shipping total, only $5.15. Tax total, $1.70. That washes out. Amazon collects and submits on your behalf, so that one goes right in and out. Grand total, $22.39. So that is how much was collected from the customer. Now, let's go through the fees. Because our grand total, we have 2 different profit totals here. And you can see the difference of $4 or 81 cents. And I can tell you right... Ooh, sorry. The shadows. I can tell you right now that everybody's going to want the $4 versus the 81 cents, right? Okay, so we take our grand total, $22.39. And I am doing this outside of Inventory Lab, but you can totally use other platforms. I just use a calculator and calculated this out by hand for this example. But if you use Inventory Lab, make sure your numbers are in there correct, and then, it should spit you out how much money you make too. Grand total, $22.39 minus the tax, because we don't get that. Cost of goods was $6. Amazon fees, for each of those packs of candy, Amazon's going to take $1 and a penny. So if I sold 2 of them, they're going to take $2.02. Packaging cost, I'm going to put in $1. It might have been a few cents more when you factor in a couple pennies for tax and the 3-cent Walmart bag. So apologies there, but $1 is what I put it at. Shipping to UPS. So when I put in the shipping weight, which this one was 1 pound, 10 ounces, 10 by 12 by 3 dimensions, the cheapest shipping that Amazon wanted me to do was $10.86. Now, that's crazy pants because they only took $5.15 from the customers to ship it. And they're going to want $10 in reality to ship it. So be aware of that. Don't set up and do this without knowing kind of that's how this migrated template works with that. Or if you offer free shipping, they're not going to factor in anything, and spending $10 to ship this out is going to be kind of expensive. Priority through Amazon with what I plugged in was going to be $11.19. Now, that's higher, and you may want to choose a priority with meltables, because if it sits in the truck for a week, it has a higher chance of melting than if you do a 2-day, or well, I don't even know what UPS is at. I'm sorry, not UPS, USPS, the post system is at, because they're not guaranteeing pretty much any packages at this time, to my knowledge. But shipping chocolates and or holiday sensitive items, you may want to do more priority than ground. Say this is getting close to the holiday at hand, and this one's Halloween. So let's say it was October 25th. If you get it to your customer on November 3rd, they're not going to be super happy. If you get it to them on October 28th, they're going to be a lot happier if it's for the holiday, right? Okay, so just something to note there. Sendle. Now, some people use Pirate Ship, some people use Sendle. There's tips and tricks to both. You can definitely Google that if you're interested. I get a little bit of a discount, I believe about 20-30 cents of a discount, because I do so many shipments per month. I don't know. I got some sort of discount. I'm not gonna question it though. And that was because I shipped something like 200 plus packages within a certain time frame back in April, she said. So they gave me a little bit of discount, but Sendle is a flat rate. So up to 5 pounds on small packages, it's going to cost me $7.64. Now, I didn't pull flat rate mailers, but I don't know if I could fit this envelope in a flat rate mailer. I have been able to, in the past, take this thermal mailer with only 1 pack of candy, fold it, and stick it into a flat rate mailer. So keep that option out there as well. Basically, you want to set yourself up to have several options. So sign up on Sendle, sign up on Pirate Ship. I'm signed up for both. See what's kind of the best for your scenario, and then go with the cheapest. Now, that being said, there is some pluses and minuses to that. So let's go over the grand total though first. Grand total profit for selling on Amazon, if I used the ground shipping, I'd make 81 cents. That's pretty sad. That was a lot of, it didn't take me that long, but I don't want to put in all that sourcing work and this and that for 81 cents. But if I use my Sendle, I'm going to make $4.03 for those 2 packs of candy going out, which makes my profit $2 a bag. And at a buy cost of $3 a bag, that's not too shabby. That's more than 50% ROI. What is that, about like 70% ROI? I didn't do the math on it, but definitely more than making the 81 cents or 40 cents a bag of candy. Now with candy, you're not going to make cajillions of money, but if you have a bunch of it and it's selling well, if you did 10 packs of these candies going out a day, that could be some pretty good, it adds up. Okay, now let's go over using a third-party program really quick. If you use Sendle, you take the tracking number, on the Amazon part of your order, you go confirm shipment versus buy shipping, and you plug in the tracking number that you got from your third-party sender, and voila, you're good. But you are not protected from A to Z claims. So if your package gets lost in the mail or whatever, some sort of problem, you're not really protected under that A to Z claim thing. Now, for 2 packs of Halloween candy, I don't care. My problem with the whole Amazon system is 99% of the time, whether it is an error on my part or not, I wind up refunding the customer in full, because it's not the customer's fault. It was something else, and I'm pretty screwed out of it anyways. Now, that being said, I've shipped hundreds of items and have only reimbursed fully a handful. Hold on, I'm going to turn the... There we go. Turn you around. So the profit margin difference for these smaller items does not make that A to Z guarantee safety net really worth it to me for these small items. Now, if I were selling breakable items, if I were selling higher end items, if I was selling $40 items, then I'd all be going through the Amazon system for sure. But for $3 candy, yeah, if I have to reimburse them in full, It happens, and most of the time we know that Amazon's going to side with the customer. You're going to have to reimburse them so that you don't have a negative customer experience and you don't have problems and shenanigans. And that's what I do. My business is, I want to please my customers. I want customers to have the best transaction. I want to keep them happy. And I tell you, there's been very few times where I've not just refunded in full and walked away from my day. This whole transaction is worth a grand total of $22.39, and having negative feedback or spending an hour agonizing over some shenanigans is not worth the $22 to me. It just isn't. Things happen, and a lot of times it's out of your control. I've had, I had candy returned last week in September that I mailed out in April. I don't know where the heck it went, but it got lost for 4 months. Now, I didn't get any negative, no customer contact, nothing. I still reimbursed them because the package came back to me. It came returned to sender, not deliverable, whatever. And I still just was proactive and refunded them. Should have I? I don't know. I mean, probably if they hadn't noticed in 4 months they didn't get their candy, they probably weren't going to complain about it, but it was the right thing to do. And that's how I run my business. I am very big into putting out positivity and karma and all of that. And that's kind of a personal thing. There's been just a few handful of times where the customer was actively bullying me or being belligerent, and I have had to pull in whatever platform it was to step in and whatnot. But I'm telling you right now, from selling hundreds and hundreds of things, that is like the rare case. And if you have those rare cases, go to the Facebook groups, explain your thing, and see what other people have done to get some ideas on how to handle those really weird oddball situations. We always have, there are those weird oddball situations. I have had customers complain that they only received one and they ordered two, or they got the wrong kind, or, they didn't really care for it. And with grocery items, you can't really return. It's one of those things, they don't want you returning beauty items or grocery items just for safety and health reasons and stuff. And so it's a very small part of my business, and I save so much money on Sindel and pirate ship that I just refund them and move on with my day. It's so much easier than trying to get wrapped up. Don't spend 80% of your time trying to deal with the BS. Move along, and by the time you could have spent negative energy over there, you could have gone and sourced 3 more things and made your money up from it. That's how I feel about it. Anyhow, I hope this helped you out. I really wanted to break down the prices and show you, because it is really, it's hard to get kind of a grasp on the shipping scenario and what you need and how to ship it. If you do not have, if you do not have these thermal bags, and let's just say you want to ship out some candy today, and it's kind of the weather's turning, it's September, and maybe you don't want to stock up on thermal things, thermal mailers, you could do the same scenario, wrap it up in bubble wrap, and then put it into a poly mailer and try that way. I don't know how much better the bubble wrap is over the thermal mailers, and again, we're fighting truck time, speed of the postal system, the weather, and now we've got another hurricane, we've got fires. Sometimes I feel like it doesn't matter what I wrap it into, there's natural things going on that are going to destroy my work. The other thing, last thing that I will mention, is that sometimes my packing gets tweaked depending on where it goes. I'm in Seattle area. If I'm shipping to Texas in the middle of July, that's going to maybe add a few more ice packs to that shipment versus if it's going to Idaho. And I know it's going to be a quick shipment and their weather is not very bad. So keep that in mind, especially as we're changing in the seasons here. And I hope everybody can capitalize on Halloween. I'm super excited for it. Myself, even though we're not really going anywhere doing much, we're going to decorate the house, and that will make me feel better, especially with all of the devastation, which we're going to try not to focus on that today and keep a positive mood. I think I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea and get started. I have bags, like, this is my little clean area to show you guys, but I have bags everywhere of candy and things to get sorted out and packed up today. So good luck. I hope this helped, and have an awesome week.